Now we start with the 1 hour chart. Okay. First of all, we refer to our analysis in my last video and the price was here. We mentioned that we expecting the price to drop. And what we mentioned, we want to say, this is what we can see. I mean, with what we were expecting, but as we can see, it's really corrective. And we point on this. We mentioned whatever we are going to get here is similar to what we have here. We want to get the running flat for continuation. Okay, now we see the price as we were expected drop, and in terms of the corrective, as you can see, the price have been moved very corrective, and now we want to see how we can trade here. Is this a correction relative to this, or this one is the only correction in reference? I mean, if we put in relative to this, and this is the one is going to continue. Okay, because as we can see, this is what we have is flat, and internally also we have three waves. That's why this one can be a correction flat in relative to this, and even if you look at this, you have internal correction for one more drop. Okay, now we want to see how we can trade it, but what we can see here, the price haven't broke this trend line. If we get one more drop, the price can break the trend line. Then from there, how deep it can go, we are not sure. Okay, now we want to see how we can trade it. Okay, first of all, we look at higher time frame. We start with the daily chart. We see the price is moving based on highly daily chart up move, but based on daily chart, we don't have any trade setup. We cannot see. I mean, the way it's moving, it doesn't give us any trade setup. And what we want, well, I mean, what we're looking for right now is based on 4 hour chart, and what we have been looking for, we wanted to see whether we can get this running flat with one more, with the next move to break the top. Okay. And as we can see, this one was internally, we had a really good correction, and this move was really, was complete before we get this. But based on 4 hour chart, as we can see, the price drop and now is start to correct. That's why I mentioned based on 1 hour chart. How about if we get one more drop? If we get one more drop, then we can consider we had internal correction with two first correction and the last, similar to what we have here for next move. But if we get one move down, the price easily can break this trend line, and then from there, how deep this one can go. Okay, that's why maybe we don't get one more drop from here before we get the continuation. But if we get, it can give us a better confirmation for trade setup. This is what we're talking right now. I mentioned if we look for this correction, still we can expect the price to drop one more. But now we want to see how we can trade it. We don't need to wait for one more drop. If we get one more drop, for sure any reversal, it can give us better confirmation. All right, but how about if the price continue from here? If the price continue from here easily, sharply, the only way we can look for buy if we get any flag or small correction, then any trade we take with the breakout of the top. That means if the price take the top, which is not moving, we take out the trade. Okay, maybe we put as example similar to what we have here. We get the sharp move flag, and this is how we can trade it. But the question is, if we get any sharp move within this range, whether we get it here or at the top, how we want to trade it, we need to see later. But right now we cannot talk. But again, if we get one more drop, the next move can give us one more good trade. But how we can look for, if the price is going to drop, if we get any opportunity for sell, can we trade it? Okay, for sell, one of the option we can put right now, since the price have broke this to top, in case the price drop, if anyone wants to look for sell, the best option is to have entry below this, exactly here. All right, now the thing is whether they want to put here, which is 1.284 or 1.263. It can be optional, but what we want the price sharply break, break and continue, because we're looking for this correction, this flat. If this flat turn to be correct relative to this, we can get one move down. Okay, now we put two lines here. We have 2 and 3. Which one traders they want to take, it depends how they want to manage and whether they're in front of the computer or not. Okay, for me, if the price there is, but right now we can see the price there is a continuation. Okay, if we get there is a continuation, if we get any flag, then for sure we're going to look for buy. We are not going to trade. We keep this entry. But if there is any reversal, this is how we're going to look for sell. For me, I prefer this one. It depends on the how this sharp this one is moving. But if the price is dropping really corrective, we are not going to trade it. Okay, any of them can be good. And the another option, if for sell, if the price move higher, any sharp move with a flag, we can look for sell. And the reason is again, this is what we're looking for. Okay, this is how we can look for sell. And for the buy, we need a continuation with the flag. Okay, and the reason is why we have both options, whether for sell or buy, because we are putting this one in relative to this for next move. But when we look at this, still we can expect one more drop to finish this move. And the thing is, if we get one more drop, is the breakout of this trend line. Any drop with a correction can give us, can the price can at least retest this low, which is 1.168. Okay, but to trade, we talk about the different possibility, and one of the option was to have entry. We should know what we want price tag, break, and continue within 1 or 2 hours. Is not moving. We don't stay with the trade. Why? The price easily can tag, break the low, finish this correction with the last move and reverse. Okay, now the thing is this one become really risky. Whether traders they can manage or not, it depends on them. Okay, but if it drop, also it can give us good trade. Anyway, we don't have any trade setup rather than what we mentioned here. And what we are looking for, we're looking for putting this one in relative to each other for next move. Okay, and now right now we don't have any trade for buy. We need to follow based on what we expect. I mean, we explain if we get we traded, and for sell also explain. Anyway, we're looking at this correction, and in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.